In a world where power is often inherited, one man rewrote the rules, building an empire from sheer determination and unrelenting ambitions. Subscribe to us if you want to see weekly content just like this. This is the incredible story of Roman Abramovich, a boy from a remote, icy corner of Russia, who rose from nothing to become one of the most powerful and mysterious oligarchs on the planet. From poverty to prestige, from obscurity to global influence, Abramovich's life is more than just a journey to wealth. It's a story of survival, vision, and triumph in the face of impossible odds. He mastered a high-stakes game during one of history's most volatile eras, turning the collapse of the Soviet Union into the foundation of his vast empire. This is the untold saga of Roman Abramovich, the orphan who became a titan of oil, steel, and sports. A man who climbed from the frozen outskirts of Soviet Russia to redefine what it means to wield power in the modern world. Born on October 24, 1966, in Saratov, a city along the Volga River, Roman's life began with tragedy. Before he turned 1, his mother Irina passed away from complications following a failed abortion. Not long after, his father Arkady died in a construction accident, leaving Roman an orphan at just 4 years old. Raised by relatives in the harsh, remote town of Ukhta in the Komi Republic, Roman grew up in a world defined by scarcity and resilience. The bitter cold and economic struggles of Soviet life shaped his early years, igniting a fire to overcome whatever obstacles came his way. As the Soviet Union began to crumble in the 1980s, Abramovich set his sights on a future beyond Ukhta. Enrolling briefly at the Moscow State Auto Transport Institute, he quickly realized that academic life wouldn't lead to the success he envisioned. Dropping out, he ventured into business, taking his first steps in the chaotic, cutthroat markets of a collapsing empire. His initial ventures were humble, selling plastic toys, perfumes, and everyday goods. But these small businesses became his classroom, teaching him the fundamentals of supply, demand, and survival in an unpredictable market. He didn't just adapt, he thrived, navigating a world where corruption and risk were the price of success. The true turning point came in the 1990s when Russia began privatizing its state-owned industries. While others hesitated, Abramovich seized the moment. Teaming up with influential figures like Boris Berezovsky, he acquired Sibneft, one of Russia's largest oil companies, for a fraction of its value. That deal alone launched him into the ranks of Russia's oligarchs, giving him both power and fortune. His empire didn't stop at oil. Abramovich entered the fiercely competitive aluminum industry, partnering with Oleg Deripaska to create Rusal, one of the world's largest aluminum producers. Strategic deals and well-timed exits, including a $13 billion sale of Sibneft to Gazprom in 2005, solidified his position as one of the wealthiest men on the planet. Yet, for many in the West, Abramovich became a household name not through industry, but through football. In 2003, he purchased Chelsea Football Club for £140 million, transforming the struggling team into a powerhouse of European football. His bold investments and leadership brought Chelsea countless trophies, forever changing the landscape of the sport. Roman Abramovich's story is one of unrelenting ambition, sharp strategy, and an unmatched ability to turn adversity into opportunity. From selling plastic ducks to controlling industries that shape the world, he rose from a forgotten orphan to a billionaire oligarch whose influence spans continents. But Abramovich's rise was not without challenges. As his wealth and influence grew, so did the scrutiny. Russia's oligarchs thrived in a world where alliances could make or break fortunes, and enemies lurked in the shadows. The same boldness that had propelled him to the top also made him a target. Navigating Russia's turbulent political landscape required skill, loyalty, and an acute understanding of power dynamics. His close ties with Boris Yeltsin helped him secure key deals. But the transition to Vladimir Putin's rule demanded a new strategy. Unlike some oligarchs who openly opposed the Kremlin, Abramovich played a careful game, never directly challenging authority, yet ensuring his interests remained protected. In 2000, Abramovich took an unexpected step into politics, becoming the governor of Chukotka, an impoverished and remote region in Russia's Far East. While some viewed this as a strategic move to maintain favor with the Kremlin, his tenure surprised many. Abramovich invested heavily in infrastructure, healthcare, and education, personally funding projects that transformed Chukotka's economy. He remained governor until 2008, leaving behind a legacy of modernization and development rarely seen in such isolated areas. Yet, as his fortune and power grew, so did the pressure. The 2010s brought increased tensions between Russia and the West, with oligarchs like Abramovich finding themselves caught in geopolitical conflicts. In 2018, the UK delayed renewing his visa amid heightened scrutiny following the Skripal poisoning case, leading him to take Israeli citizenship. Sanctions and regulatory pressures tightened around Russian billionaires, forcing Abramovich to carefully reassess his global footprint. Despite these challenges, his influence remained vast. His investments spanned beyond Russia and football, reaching into global real estate, technology, and art. He built an extraordinary collection of masterpieces, owning works by artists such as Francis Bacon and Lucian Freud. His yacht, Eclipse, became a symbol of his immense wealth, one of the most luxurious and expensive in the world, equipped with cutting-edge security features. But it was his ownership of Chelsea FC that cemented his legacy in the public eye. Under his leadership, the club won multiple Premier League titles, FA Cups, and the coveted UEFA Champions League. Abramovich's willingness to invest in top-tier talent revolutionized modern football, ushering in an era where billionaire owners reshaped the competitive landscape of the sport. However, global politics would once again alter his path. In 2022, following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, Abramovich found himself in the crosshairs of Western sanctions. The UK government froze his assets, forcing him to sell Chelsea, a decision that marked the end of an era. Despite his insistence on distancing himself from Russian politics, the geopolitical climate had shifted too dramatically for him to avoid repercussions. The sale of Chelsea in 2022 was an emotional moment, but Abramovich ensured that proceeds would go to humanitarian efforts, reflecting his long-standing philanthropic interests. His impact on football, business, and global finance remains undeniable, and his next moves remain a subject of intense speculation. Today, Roman Abramovich stands as one of the most enigmatic figures of modern capitalism, a man who defied the odds, seized opportunities where others hesitated, and built an empire that spanned industries and continents. From an orphan in Soviet Russia to a titan of oil, steel, and sport, his journey is a testament to ambition, adaptability, and the relentless pursuit of success. His story may have reached a turning point, but it is far from over.